Alright, in the old Peru stamps, we're bringing you some that I think are really rare. Some are just interesting to see. So we have some interesting rare and old Peru stamps. This one is interesting. I don't see a price on it unless that bottom right there is actually an amount in their language. But this is really nice. I like this one. Very nice stamp. Alright, let's check out some of the other nice ones that I know are rare. And this one here, it's a 4. Cancellation kind of takes the picture right out, huh? It's a nice old one. Here we have a 2. Very nice. And we have a 4. Wow. Of course, you know, this one had to go through double printing. Once for the pinkish and white, and once for the black and white. Very nice. These are some of what I think is rare. This one right here. And we got this 5 here. Nice oldie. Might even be called rare. Alright, we have a nice old one. This is what I call interesting. Seems like so much going on that you don't really know what's going on. Has a lot there, don't it? So these are the ones that are considered interesting. Got to look at it and then re-look at it to see everything that's there. Alright, then we have the 1. $8.30, this one would be just considered old. And that beautiful one I showed you at the very beginning. Just love this one. Very nice. Now we have this one, 2 cents. Pretty much put into a 1 cent, huh? Alright, then we have this one here. 25. $1.50. $19.54.50. I think that one might have been a 50 and turned into a 1. Not sure. Okay, then a $2.50 showing the land. And this one, look at this. Look how interesting this is. It's a 10 cent. Seems awful big to be, look at the background, it's kind of like desert. But it seems like it's really big compared to the mountains in the background. I don't know. Very, very different. Any of you know anything about this stamp, go ahead and leave it in a comment. It's definitely an interesting one. Be nice to see what year it is. And a little bit more about it. I mean, everything becomes a stamp for a reason, so there has to be a reason behind this one. Very different. Alright, and then this one here, $10. Okay, so even though some of these may be rare on the top, I still think the most beautiful one, most interesting one, is this one right here. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing them to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more old stamps from around the world. Alright, bye-bye. Okay, today in our postage stamps, we're visiting Mexico. Look at the cancellation of this one, but also look at it was stamped 1898. But the stamps were actually 1897 to 1898. And it's stamped 1898 by the post office. So this is a nice old one. Very nice. This other one right here. Pretty fancy too, huh? This is what, looks like 1906 or something. Not quite sure. But that's a pretty one too. Just love this one. It's so pretty. I like the age of it. Okay, now look at this one. Talk about design. Ooh. Put a portrait in there. Look how they fancied the frame all around the portrait. That's so beautiful. I love it. Can you imagine making the plate for that to get all the little lines in there? That's a lot of work. Very nice. Okay, we have two of these. They're both 10, only one's small, and the other one is bigger. Definitely see the difference in the size, huh? So I thought that was interesting, to have the same stamp, just one is tiny and the other one's big. Both 10s. I figured the big one was probably too big for the envelopes. Okay, then we have another beautiful one here. 1931, it's stamped by the post office. Beautiful. Look at this one. This one you definitely take notice to. Just black and white. Very interesting, isn't it? Take notice right there. It's like I don't know if that's supposed to be in there or not. Oh, that might be the cancellation from the post office. I think that's what it looks like. Okay. Well, that's a nice one. It's just black and white, but it's the design of it, the style. It's got a little tiny envelope going right in his mouth. It's cute. Okay, and then we have this one here. Nice. This one's kind of hard to see. It's a 2. For the post office cancellation. Takes a lot of the picture away. Okay, and these two are together, so I just left them that way. These are not old at all. And back in the days of $1.60 and 10 cents. And we have this one. I don't see an amount of how much a stamp is. Like they left the value of it off. And this great big one. Kind of makes you think it goes with that one there, huh? Look at that. That one's not an old one at all. All right. Well, between these two here, these two are rather special. I can't choose just one. I like the right one because of the year, and I like the left one because of the design and the style. So pretty. All right, so you guys decide. Which one do you like out of this group? All right, bye-bye now. Be sure to share with others. All right, today we're visiting Spain, España, postage stamps. This one's rather, looks like a really super old and rare one. Very nice. I think that might be the interesting one out of them all. But you go ahead and you look at them all and you decide for yourself which one you preferred. Now let's get to showing you the rest of them. Okay, here we are at the very beginning. We have a 25. That's a nice old one too. Might actually be considered rare. And we have this one here, that's a 50. He is in blue. Very nice. You don't see very many of these ones either. Very nice. And we have this one in 5. This one you see quite often in all kinds of colors. Ah, look at this one. Beautiful. C25. Look at that. Very nice. What a beautiful horse, huh? Pegasus. It's a very nice one. And then we have this one here that was canceled with blue ink. As you can see, it kind of gives a purple look after the age. Very nice. It's an eagle. Really nice one. And of course the one we brought to you at the very beginning. And that one there. 1 cent. And we go down here to a 5. And look at this one. This one's different too. 10. And we have this one and also 10. And we have a 30. A 10. 1746 to 1828. Interesting one. And here we have a 5 cent. Get to see the plane flying there and everything. Here we have a 50 cents. No, this one's a 55 cents. And the same fella right there in a 50. And we have a 5 cent here. This is really different. And this one here is a 1. The same one in a 2. Oh, and then a 50 cents. And we go to a 6. And a 7. Wow, look at that. Isn't that pretty? See the ship and the plane? You can see the ship and a plane. You're flying too low. Look at that. That interesting. Why would they put the ship above the plane? Very interesting. Okay, and then we have a 1 here. A 10. A 5. And another one. Okay. Now I'm kind of like this one here. I think this might be the favorite one out of them all. I really like it. It's pretty. Alright, hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend. And as always, share. It's a beautiful thing to share with others. Do you know of anyone who loves the old stamps, just wants to look at them, or are collectors or dealers? Send them the video. Alright, bye-bye. Alright, today we're visiting Française and France. Both the same, but some of the stamps say France, some of the stamps say Française. So we bring it to you the way it's written. Look at this one. Isn't that unique? Look at all that. Really nice. I'm going to start at the very beginning with this one here. Let's see, this one's so good. It's orange. 15. And the one I really liked right here. Very nice. And we have a 25. We see these quite often. 8 pence. A 1. Black and white 1. A 90 cents. This is 20 cents, I believe. And here we have a 40. This is a 5 cent. A 3 cents. A 2F. Very nice. This one just looked different to me. Very different looking. Must be a story behind that, because there's a reason for every stamp. Here's a 25. Here we have a 15. A 1F50. A 2F in green. A 50 riding his horse. Look at these. It says France. Copies, 50 cents. That's two of them hooked together. That was in there, so I'm not really sure what these are all about. But definitely different. Alright, now look at this one. Tax A. Very different, isn't it? This is like a tax revenue type stamp, I believe. If you know anything more about it, go ahead and leave it in a comment. Just found that to be really different. It says Français on top. Okay, then we have a 5. Very elegant. And another 5. They're both green, but just the different shades of green. Okay, now look at this one. It says France instead of saying Française. 5 francs. Very different. It's a 30 cents, and that's a little bit different too. And this one. Very different. FM. Post. It says Française. But I don't see a number as to the value of it. That's what makes this one a little bit interesting, isn't it? Different for sure. If you happen to see how much the stamp is, by all means leave it in a comment, because I don't see it. Very pretty though. Alright, well, the one I think was most interesting was this one here. Alright, hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more as we travel around the world checking out the old postage stamps. Okay, bye-bye. Be sure to share. Alright, today we're bringing you Netherlands. Some of their old stamps. Oh, looks like it's got 3-leaf clover right there. 1 leaf missing for good luck. Alright, let me show you what we have today. We start with the 1. Very nice. Then there's 15 cents. Very interesting, huh? Different. Caught my eye, that's for sure. Okay, then we have a 6 cents. Very different kind of cancellation on top of that one, huh? And we have a 10 cents. And we have a 5 cents. We have them in the stamp form. And then we have them like it's stamped on a postcard. So both the same fella. 2 different ways. Okay, then we have 7.5 cents. The same little girl and a 1.5 cent. And we have this one. It's really different. In color to top it off. Very different. And here's a different one, 20 cents. And this little girl that doesn't seem very happy. 12, 12.5, A5, 2.5, and 1.5. And the one we brought you at the very beginning, 1.5 plus 3.5. Oh, then that little girl on a 2.5. And we have this 10. Then a 12C plus 9. 10 plus 40. 5 plus 5. 2.5C. And this one, look at that. I even had to put an arrow on it to show you how to put it on the stamp. Interesting, isn't it? That's one of the more current ones. Okay, now this one here looks like it might be a stamp. It was in with the stamps, but it's so different. Is it really a stamp? I don't know. It's been canceled from the post office like it's a stamp. Very, very different. So anyone out there who might know whether it really is a stamp or not, by all means, leave it in a comment. It's very interesting, that's for sure. It's different. Okay, then we have this 2.5. Little girl standing on the swing, 10 cents. 7.5 and a 7.5. 7.5. Another 7.5. And this big 12. Alright. So I think the interesting one, of course, will be this one to find out the answer. Other than that, I don't know. Take your pick. This one definitely is different. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing them to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more, whatever we find. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, we got some mostly rare postage from Denmark in this video. A few are not some of the super old ones, but look at these. Alright, look at that one. Beautiful. I think he must be a rare one. Not one I see very often. And then to see this blue one like this, very nice. Alright, now let's get at the very beginning. Now look at this one, in gray. A 3 in gray. I've never seen it where the gray was center, like this. So I think this may be a nice, rare one. I don't know. If you know the year of this one, because it's different than the others, it's gray. Different kind of look on the inside too. See, while the others all pretty much look different. mean, they're all with numbers in the center, but I don't know, this gray just kind of took me funny because I've never seen one like this one. So it's a nice one. I like it. Okay, and then we have the 8. The little crown on top there. Look at that fanciness of the green all around it. Having to go through printing twice, once for the green and white, once for the pink and white. Kind of like the other one, had to go through for the gray and white, and the green and white. This green in the 8 is much deeper than the other green, so it really helps to bring out the pink. And this is just another one of those. I don't know, for some reason they just... There you go. Looked a little bit different. Okay, and then we have a 12. Very nice. We have a 16. Very nice ones. Okay, and then here we have a 60. And we have that blue we showed you. That was just beautiful. And the one that I thought was important. Then we have 2 5s. Now at first, when I first looked at them, I go, oh, they're both Denmark, and they both got, you know, the little trim around here, and they're both 5s. Thought they were the same till I really looked at the picture. And one is a side view, and the other one is a forward view. So now I'm asking all you stamp collectors, what's the difference in the value between the side view, both 5, both green and white, a side view to a front view? Isn't it funny that they did both? So I think that that's very interesting. Makes for interesting conversation right now, don't it? Isn't that different? All right. Okay, then we have some that are not so old here. A 15. And this one here, a 30. And this, a 15. All right. So what do you think of these two? Very interesting, isn't it? All right. If you know which one's more valuable, if you've noticed this before, that even though they're both 5, the same fella, same kind of design and everything from Denmark, but one is a side view and one is a forward view. You know anything more about it? Go ahead, leave it in a comment. Be interesting to find out. Curious how many of you noticed that before. It's kind of cool. Alright, be sure to sub me now, and by all means, share the video. Bye-bye now. Alright, here we have some nice old postage from CCCP. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? This one is the most interesting one, I think, out of this group. It's always nice to collect stamps. You get to see a lot of the scenery. Look at the architect of the building and how nicely they got the landscape. And then walk right up to the building. Look at that. Beautiful. Really nice. Alright, let's see the rest of them. And we got this one. Look at the design in that one. A couple of stars up in the corner, your 3s are in the bottom. Look at all that fanciness of the lines. Different line patterns. Just so nice. with a CCCP medal right in the center of it. That is nice. Okay, then we have this one here. Look at that, the horse is flying. Reminds you of the cow that jumped over the moon, right? You got a flying horse there. Cool. Very nice stamp. And we got a couple here. They're stuck together, so we're just going to leave them that way. Got a 6 on them. Definitely not old ones. Okay, then we got this one here, a 1. Look at the old bus and car on that picture. Isn't that cool? That's what I like about checking pictures out and stamps out and postcards, is you get to see the time in history. A lot of times by looking at the vehicles. Either the vehicles or the way people are dressed. Those are the giveaways on a lot of things. Especially the souvenir folders. Alright, and we have this one here. And a P1 or 1P. Very nice. Haven't seen this one around at all. Oh, my little chickmuck is coming. See him walking in the snow on the way. There you go. And then they have a space one. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. I've been finding a lot of space space stamps lately. It's been kind of cool to see them. Really nice. Okay, then there we have just a 4. And this big stamp, 1967. Will take up at least 1/3 of the envelope. So it must have gone on the big envelopes or something. It's a big one. Love the architectural buildings. They're cute. Alright. We have this one here. Smoking a cigarette, really? Why would they put smoking a cigarette on a stamp? Doing some heavy thinking. Okay, and then the Olympics. And we got these 3 little ones. 15, a 30, and a 60. Working one. Flight one. 2 flights. Last one's a flight one too. It kind of looks that way. Alright, so my 2 interesting ones are that one right there. It's very nice. The style. Very elegant style. And then the one I showed you at the very beginning. So one of these I'm going to make my top picture. Or maybe I should put both. A little of both. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing you this video. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and as always, share with others. I'd appreciate that. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, now we're doing Postage stamps from Africa, South Africa. With Africa spelled with a K and a C. This one's my interesting one. So pretty. I like it. Alright, let's see some more. This one here I thought was really different because I didn't expect to see him on an Africa stamp. So I think this is rather different. Then we have these two here. And this one I see quite often. Look at this one. Very nice, with Africa spelt with a K. And this one is one of the famous old ones. Everyone loves this one. This is one you want to get your hands on. Okay, now stamped on the paper we have a few here. Africa with a K, 10 cents. And this one. And we have this one. Not some of the older ones, but nice. That's kind of a cool one. Look at this little one. 1/2 C, 1963, I believe. Cool. We have a 1C. Here's a 1. And this one here is kind of interesting. Definitely different. And of course the one we brought to you at the very beginning, which is just a nice one. Love it. Okay, and then we have this one. Very different, 15F. Probably good. Different, isn't it? Okay, then we have this great big 3D one. And a little one. And even a smaller one. Cool, Homestead. Alright. Well, my favorite is definitely this one here. But I do believe the more interesting and valuable one will probably be this one because it's kind of unexpected. Did not expect him to be on an Africa stamp. Alright. Be sure to sub me now and join me as a friend and pass the video around to other stamp collectors or stamp lovers or those who just want to see some old stamps. See what they look like way back when. It's all history, all art. This is a beautiful one. Alright, stay tuned for more. Alright, today we're doing New Zealand. Some of their old postage stamps. Look at this, 2D postage health, 1D. So 2D for postage and health is 1D. Isn't that different, huh? One side says 2D, the other side is 1D. And there's two of them together, and of course when you get them like that, It's always best to keep them that way. Isn't that something? Never saw it where it was 1D and then on the other side 2D. Very different. Interesting for sure. Huh. Alright, well let's look at the other interesting ones. I'll start right from the very beginning. Look at this one. This is a 1 penny. Wow. Now that's a beauty too. Look at all the design in there. Wonderful style. And this is a 1D, but it says 1 penny at the bottom. Very beautiful. Wow. And then here we have a 1/2 D, the little bird. Got more tail than he's got bird. Interesting, isn't it? Then you have the regular 1D, that you see quite often. Nothing rare about that. 1.5, now that's a little bit different. 1.5 written only in the upper corners. And look at the design in the bottoms. This one's really different. That one I've come across, and look at the mustache. Boy, that looks good. Very nice. Okay, and here you have a 1. Postage revenue, 1 shilling. New Zealand. Look at that. An official stamp to top it off. New Zealand postage and revenue. A 1. Nice. Nice, interesting ones, huh? And of course the one we brought to you at the very beginning. And look at that, a 2D. Postage and revenue. Continental of New England. Of New Zealand. Wow. 1840 to 1940. Okay, beautiful shape, huh? Nice. Okay, and then we have these two. Very nice. 1D postage and 1/2 health. Isn't that something? Never seen stamps that did that. One thing on one side and one thing on the other. Very nice. Beautiful stamp. Look at the condition. Unused. Very nice. Okay. Oh, this is another one of them, just like the one I just showed you. I had 2 of those. Okay, and then we have a 2D here. In peace, long may they. Isn't that nice? It's like a whole family there. Postage revenue. 2D. That is a beautiful one. Love it. Nice. Okay, and then this one's a 2D. There's On the Water. 1859 to 1959. Shipping wool. Wow. Okay. And of course the Queen. 10 cents. And this one here. There you have a 4-cent one. These are all together, and 2 of the 3-cent airplanes. Boeing seaplane of 1919. And you have 2 of them. course, these are all on one paper, so we'll leave it together like that. Alright, so which one's the more interesting? Gee, I don't know. I don't know if it's these two or that one right there. Wow. Decision time here. I think I'll go with these two. Alright. Hope you've enjoyed my bringing this to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and as always, share the video. Alright, bye-bye now.